Good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck Jones when I'm walking into my channel. What you're looking at here is one of the two things I really enjoy doing. And this one is melts. This is all metal that I've melted over the years. And if you look here at this vial right here, this is the other thing I like to do. I like to gold prospect. And these are gold buttons in here that I've melted. So it all kind of goes together with this metal. If you look over on that side, that's all the silver there over there. That's all aluminum. Aluminum melts. This here is all copper. These two are bronze. This is zinc. This is zinc. Brass, brass, brass. And that's about it. So I just wanted you to see this because it's something I've been doing for a long time, and sometimes it comes out good, sometimes not so good. But anyhow, this is what we got. And I wanted you to see this because I'm going to make some statements in this video that you may question. Be back. Okay, guys, so there's a few things you need to know. By the title, you know that is brass really safe to melt and pour? Yes and no, because the gases from the brass can cause problems. And brass is made up of copper and zinc. Copper usually melts, let's see, what does it melt at? I can't remember what the combination is right off the top of my head, but copper is somewhere between 59 and 95% in brass, and the zinc is like 5% to 45%. And the problem is the difference in the two temperatures between the zinc and the copper is what causes the problem, because the zinc will cause you all kinds of grief with the gases and the smokes that come off it. So if it's red brass, now you got higher copper content. You got yellow brass is equal copper and zinc. And cartridges, brass cartridges, obviously, are, they're not obviously, but they are 70% copper and 30% zinc. So once the brass gets overheated enough to melt, then is when you get the flames and the smoke out of the zinc. And that's what's deadly. And, excuse me, got a little bit of a drainage problem this morning. So zinc melts at 419 degrees C. Brass melts between 900 and 940. And what we need to do is some way to protect ourselves while we're, like, I'm going to do this melt today. It's going to be in the shop. And the way you protect yourself in the shop is a respirator. I'll turn on my ceiling fans. I'll turn on my floor fans to drive the smoke and the gases away from me. The better way is to do it outside, but it's really cold this morning. For me, it's really cold in Arizona. It's like 40 degrees. So anyhow, that's where that is. And I thought that information was kind of interesting. But let me show you one other thing here in just a second. This is what I want to show you. Obviously, my brass is not going to fit in this crucible because this crucible is small. It's small. I mean, it's just barely bigger than my pipe. So that's too tall. This is too tall, and they're too wide like this. So what we're going to do is cut them down and then hammer them flat to put in here so we can get our 15 ounces or pour it into that bar. That's the plan. We'll see what happens as we go. As you know, plans are, they're made to be changed. All right, be back. So we're just going to cut this with the cut-off wheel. Now this one I got to cut twice because it's real long. And we'll lose this little bit of brass, but not bad. So that's how easy it's done. Takes a little time. A little bit of bending over. So that one's ready to go in the crucible. And we'll cut the other two and we'll be ready to smash them down. This is how I think we're going to do this. Not sure that I can, but we'll try it. So there's one of the little pieces, it's all done. Let's do a little bit bigger one. So that's two. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. Be back. Okay guys, I weighed this out, and all of this, the ones I flattened here and this, are exactly 15 ounces, but as you can see, well, you can see that, but it doesn't fit in the crucible. So what we're going to do is go with 10.8 ounces of brass, and hopefully we can get all this in. And so let's give that a try here in just a second. Be back. My crucible, let's see if this is going to fit. I'm not sure. So here's one. They're not totally flat yet. That looks good. So those all fit in there. So this one we can't use. It's a nice piece of brass. It's plumbing brass, but it's yellow brass. And it's really heavy. It's like 5 ounces right there. But anyhow, we can't use it, so we're going to close the lid and turn this on and set it up and get going. Be back. The foundry's on. You can probably hear it humming in the background. The brass is in the crucible. I can show you that it's not hot yet. So you can see it in there. And it's all down below. So we're going to heat the crucible and brass at the same time. I've got it set at 1000 degrees here, and it goes at 900 to 940, and I like to be 100 over, so I'm pretty close. And the set point you can see here is 1000, and we're at 23, so it's going to be a few minutes before we get there. So go get your cup of coffee. Be back. You can see my MAP gas torch here, right there. Here's the two molds. This is the mold I'm going to pour into. This is going to be an overflow. So we're going to preheat those after this gets up quite a bit hotter than what it is. I want to be at least 500 degrees before I go and heat those molds up. And to keep me safe over here, what we got is a 3M double canister respirator. It's got the cloth on the outside, or the cotton, and the charcoal on the inside. So it's a really good respirator. I've used it for years. So I'll be wearing that. You won't be able to hear me. And let's see, my welding gloves are back there on the table. The blue gloves back there. Right there. Right back there. And I've got a welding apron over here. This is part of the safety. And the other safety is I'll kick these ceiling fans on here in just a second. And you can see them, I think, up There's one right over there. I'll have them all on there. So for now, like I said, get a cup of coffee, a donut, kick back for a while. Be back. As we're making a little bit of progress, we're at 166 degrees. It's been about 5 minutes. We have made progress other places though. If you look here, up there, that fan's going round and round. And that fan's going round and round. And I've got a box fan over here and the door's open. So that's going to keep the smoke and everything out of here, hopefully, because it is dangerous to the point of death with the gases from the zinc in the brass. So we're going to do everything we can to keep it safe. And moving this air out of here is one thing. It's almost like being outside because I'm pushing a lot of air with the 3 fans, which I only have 2 of them on. But all right, we'll be back in a minute. Here we are, 383. It just jumped. So we're getting close to the melt temperature of the zinc. So I'm going to put my respirator on. And if you look here, now let me, excuse me, there's nothing here yet, but back out a little bit. Whoop. So what I've got now, I've got my welding jacket on. The apron's going to go on over top of this, just in case you get a splash and it goes to my legs. So let's get this guy on and tie it so we'll be almost fully covered here, with the exception of the gloves and the respirator. Of course, now I'm at 405, and we're really close to a melt on the zinc part of this. Okay, we're back here now. We're at 415, 417. Okay. Canister's going on. Okay, I got the respirator on. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but we're at 440 now. If you look up there at the top, I don't know if you can quite see it yet. There's smoke coming out of the top where the zinc's melting. I'm going to kick on the box fan for that. It's hard to see. You can see it there now, it's all smoke. Because we're not near melting yet on the brass, but we're going to get close here. So I'm going to heat up these guys out. Okay. Okay, so you saw that. And you can see the smoke now. But we're about halfway there for the brass to melt. You can see it's getting really smoky. The fans are taking care of it. Don't have to get any flame. Oh yeah, it's not doing anything yet. Oh, 536. We're going for 1,000. Typically with this little foundry, guys, I usually use the propane foundry. It's so much faster. But with this little electric, it takes a long time if you put your metal in while you're heating the crucible. And it's taken quite a while. So it's going to be a little while yet. Be back. Okay, you can see the smoke is almost totally quit, but you can still smell it in the air, so it's not going to be very long here. But something just came to me. If you're melting metals like I do, I melt all kinds of metals, especially aluminum. I do a lot of aluminum, a lot of brass, a lot of copper. If it's painted, do not melt it, because you can, if it's lead-based paint that's on that metal, it will create a gas that will put you in a hospital. Just thought, I just remembered that, and you know how memories are, they're a little slow sometimes. So there you go. Be back. All right, guys, I know you're just looking at your thermometer, but we're getting close to 900, which is the melt point, 900 to 940, and we're going to go to 1,000. So we're getting really, really close now. It's been about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You probably can't hear me real well, but I got a respirator on. So okay, I'll be back. All right, guys, we're over 900 right now. So the brass melts at between 900 and 940. We'll have to leave it in there for a while until we hit 1,000, I'm sure, to get it liquid all the way through. So anyhow, we're getting there. It's been a good half hour now. All right, be back. All right, guys, I got the molds up on top of the foundry. The vent hole's still open. It's 342 degrees, about 300 on this one. You can see it's broken a little bit. I just thought I'd show you that there. We're at 948 there, pushing 4,000. Right there. All right, guys, we're 981. And it's smoking a little bit better. Let me get my gloves on here and I'll open the top so you can see that later. But the metal's all down in the bottom, melting. We're going to be ready to pour it in just a few minutes. So, there you go. There's your, that's what's dangerous right here. You can see it flashing in here. See the different colors here. The greens and whatnot. So that's a hot dude right there. All right, guys, let's cool her off. Notice it's 1,000 degrees C. Instant hot water. Woo! Hot, hot, hot. All right, guys, I got my mask off now. Another couple safety tips, just so you don't ever get burnt. When the mold's just sitting like this, don't assume that it's cold, because you can get burnt really, really bad when you think you're okay. This one is 354 degrees. That one's cool. But they're still really, really hot. So we're going to do this, put it over here. Then we're going to go diving for our spider in there. For him. Well, you can see where the, ouch, copper shit, ow, that's shut. Okay, let me dry this off. It's not horrible. It's not nice and shiny, but it will be here in a minute. Be back. Guys, I'm going to wire wheel this a little bit. Time to dress up. All right, guys, we got a bar. I'll see you over at the scale. Here's a bar. It isn't a really, really good bar, but it's got a lot of character to it. And we're 9.8 ounces, so we must have lost about 2 ounces in that crucible. But there's the top, sides, the bottom. It's kind of ugly, and this can be dressed up more. I could sand it down and make it really shiny if I wanted, but for just this example of what was going on there with the smoke and with the gases and whatnot, I don't think it was necessary. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, come back again, give it a great comment, share with a friend. Yeah, okay. All right, so stay safe out there, guys. If you're doing anything like this, follow all the safety precautions. Stay safe, stay blessed. Pray while you're doing this, because you never know what's going to happen. Be back.